happened to us today? I was supposed to have done this video earlier, but I want to say an apology for not bringing it early. That notwithstanding, I want to give us a very important update as it has to do with the price movement of Bitcoin today, and also what we are expecting in the next coming week and weeks. Bitcoin is currently at the crossroad. Yeah, a lot of opinion out there. Some people are saying it will go to 17,000, and some are even of the thought that it will go to 13,000 and 12,000. But I want to simply give us an analysis here that will give us a better idea of what Bitcoin is likely to do in the next couple of days. Now, what I'm doing here will really help us uh, protect our portfolio. It will help us, it will save us a lot of time, it will save us money because in time past, I have been a victim of the market. In time past, I was not able to make smart decisions. I was not able to analyze this market. I was not able to understand this market. I was basing almost everything on some indicators. But as time goes on, I now understood that you don't have to depend on indicators. You have to analyze this market. You need there are some requisite knowledge that you need to apply in this market. I went on and I discovered those skills. I went on and I got the knowledge on how to do it. So what I'm doing here will help you save your time, it will help you save money, and it will help you save you from those pitfalls that I experienced in time past. All right, let's quickly look at the chart before us. We look at the chart before us. This is a falling triangle. Falling triangle typically is a bullish pattern. This falling triangle is in a daily time frame. And if you look at this falling triangle right now, it has moved into this triangle for more than 50% into this triangle. It is more than 50% into the triangle. And it is typical that once the falling triangle, whatever triangle it is, rising triangle, falling triangle, symmetric triangle, as price action moves 75% into the triangle, the breakout is imminent at that point. So where we are right now, some are close around that 75% move into this triangle. Now, there are key facts I want to point out for us here. Now, this key fact I want to point out for us here are going to be, you know, the reason why we are going to be making our decision. Because our decision will not have to be based on sentiment. It will not have to be based on emotion or our own feeling, but it will have to basically be on the fact that we see on the charts. All right, I want to point out something for us here. Look at this as being, a descending triangle. Look at where Bitcoin is right now. Bitcoin is facing a double resistance. This falling triangle has its own resistance at this point. And if you look at this horizontal trend line, has its own resistance at this point. Resistance 1 coming from the triangle and resistance 2 coming from this trend line, practically making it very impossible for Bitcoin to break above. Now, Bitcoin is likely to fall down to around these prices of 92,000. That is where we have the next support for Bitcoin, 92,900 and 92,000. $92, $92,292. That is where we have the support for Bitcoin here. And look at this support. Look at what it has done previously. It bounced off from here. Bitcoin bounced off from this same support. Again, we saw here holding it as a support and then bouncing off from this point again. So this has served as some kind of support for Bitcoin in time past. And we're likely to see it serving as a support for Bitcoin again at this particular point that we are looking at 19,292. Now, let's look at likely if 92,000 does not hold. Where are we expecting Bitcoin to fall down to? We're going to be keeping our eyes on this support. No, this support is not that strong support actually. That is 17,900. Not that strong support sincerely. but sometimes it can hold. And then our final support is going to be 17,500. At 17,500, we are expecting that Bitcoin is going to bounce up from there. Now look at the interesting thing I want to point out for us. At 17,500, you can notice that this is a double bottom that Bitcoin will be forming here. We are going to be seeing a double bottom at this point. That's what it is going to be. This is going to be very interesting. But parametric Bitcoin falls down. What do we expect? If Bitcoin fall below 17,500. Well, for me, I'm thinking that 17,500 has been our bottom already. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go below 17,500. But if it go below 17,500, then we'll be looking at the price of 13,000. Looking at the prices of 13,500, $12,000. That's what we're going to be looking at. And at that point, it's going to be a very juicy entry. But we don't know whether that will happen. So that is why I want to stay focused on the facts that we are seeing currently on the charts. Look at the edge of this triangle, where we are expecting Bitcoin to break to the upside. Because this is typically a bullish pattern. Can break to the upside to the downside. But probability is that most of the time, most of the time, falling triangle break to the upside. Most of the time, I repeat, falling triangle break to the upside. And if you look at the edge of this triangle, the edge of this triangle coincides with this 17,500 previous low. It coincides with the 17,500 previous low, which will make it to form a perfect double bottom. And if the falling triangle is to be what it used to be, the price action will break it to the upside. So this is going to be interesting. At this point, it's going to be very interesting. So for now, we are looking at the price of Bitcoin coming down to around 19,200. If it does not hold, then we're going to be 17,900, and then around 18,000. Yeah, around that 18,000, we have some form of support. 18,600. On the around 18,800, we have some of support there also. Around 18,800, we have some form of support. So these are the key data points that we are going to be keeping our eyes on. What is our takeaway here today? Our takeaway here today is that currently there's a double resistance for Bitcoin to break. And then the next support is around 19,200. And after that, we have 17,900. And finally, we have 17,500, which coincide with the previous all-time, with the previous low for Bitcoin in this particular cycle, and which we expect to be forming a double bottom. This particular pattern usually put to the upside. So a lot of things, for us to keep our eyes on here, we have to really pay attention to a lot of things here. There's no complication about this. Well, for now, look at the RSI. For now, the RSI is below 50. And remember, whenever the RSI is below 50, price action will remain bearish until we see RSI go above 50. That is only when price action will turn bullish. But for now, price action is below 50, meaning that the RSI is below 50, meaning that price action remains bearish. That's what it is. That is what I have to share with us today. I want to really appreciate us. I want to say big thank you to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, turn on the notification bell so you can get our videos real time as we upload them. Thank you very much. Bye for now. I remain my humble self, Henry.